la. Isn't that cool? There's only one legal access to this lake. And I'm going to hike it today. 700 feet down, 700 feet back up. And that's 5 miles across. Hard to believe. Very cool. Okay, so I'm on Discovery Point, Peak Point Trail. This is supposed to be where in 1853 a gold miner first spotted this lake. So I'm going to go up that way. I'm parked behind me and take a look around. So that's an old fumarole, anyway, old vent from a volcano that tried to stay a volcano after it blew its top and made the crater. All right. You gotta watch the cliff. It's a little steep. Teensy bit further, on the top of this, I walked up there only to find out that the regular trail would have brought me right here. Oh well. They do boat rides. I don't know how much that sucker costs, but I just might have to jump in a boat today. Let's go see.
I'm going to start with portable fire extinguishers. We got 2 of them up by the helm here. A third one kind of midship on the port side. That's the left-hand side of the boat as
Coming
you're
down
facing
the hill.
forward. Also in that area, kind of midship, you're going to find is where our trash bins are. So the gray ones are for garbage. Then we have a blue.
That's a long climb. That's a mile straight up to get out. If you're going to see Crater Lake, you may as well see it from the level of the lake, eh?
A little choppy out there today. We might get a little water on the boat here, so hopefully everybody stays warm.
It'll be a little chilly. I might have to get my water suit out.
Here is about 500 feet tall and about 50 in width.
500 feet tall,
Again, it's
50
a
feet
really
wide.
unique opportunity to kind of see inside of a volcano safely. And this is another kind of volcanic dike that was used to import magma up to the top of Mount and we could not see it before while there was just a mountain there. It was all inside of the volcano. It only became visible as soon as Mount lava collapsed, which I'll tell you about right now. So just after the eruption, I guess just before the eruption, the top 6,000 or 7,000 feet of Mount lava was resting on a full magma, right? It was kind of supporting the top of the mountain. little break from all that wind and water, huh? All of a sudden it's a good day over here. And so it stays pretty calm actually for the most part throughout the season out here on the south side of Wizard Island, which is why we have all of our boat houses out here. We store this boat and our two other tour boats along with the NPS research vessel. They all get housed out here on Wizard Island for the entire winter. But I'm surprised nobody has asked, why is it called Wizard Island? That is a great question. I'm so glad you asked. It has to do with a man named William Gladstone Steele, and that is an important name to remember for the quiz. Just keep that name in mind, Will Steele. But Will Steele, he is our park's founder. He got out here to the park in 1880, named Crater Lake. But when he first got out here, you know, he had a lot of questions sort of about the lake and sort of everything there is to know about it. So, you know, one of his first questions when he got out here is, how deep is Crater Lake, right? And I like to come over here and sort of pretend that I'm on a boat in Hawaii. You know, I got the green cliffs here, it's all nice and kind of tropical. We can pretend that way. My now, Chaski Bay is pretty interesting here because it is the site of one of the largest landslides to have happened inside of the caldera. Sort of this whole hillside, if we look up, kind of collapsed into the lake, and that happened anywhere from 100 to 1,000 years after the eruption. Now, it was a pretty big landslide, and we think that boulders the size of Crater Lake Lodge kind of fell into the lake here and actually created a sort of tidal wave in Crater Lake. And that wave kind of moved all the way across the lake to where we started at Cleanwood Cove, which is kind of interesting. Now in front of us, you will see a couple of waterfalls actually running into Crater Lake. All of those are fed by snow melt. All the snow melts, gets into the ground, and they sort of re-emerge here, so it's kind of nice. Now another big thing that you'll notice here is the watercolor. Just how clear Crater Lake is. It almost looks like an emerald green today, and I will tell you all about why that is a little later on in the tour. A pretty nice little place here in Crater Lake. Now this is actually one of the only spots where we might have a chance of seeing some wildlife inside of the caldera. Usually black-tailed and white-tailed deers, as well as some mule deers. They'll get down inside of the caldera to kind of come graze on all of this greenery and the vegetation that we see. So we'll keep our eyes peeled if we see any sort of wildlife down here. It's rare. this rock that we're seeing formed about 400,000 years ago with some of those early eruptions that helped build Mount Zama.
There's a big cliff right there. Goes from light to dark. I don't know if I caught it.
Andy gets stuck on the shore. Right. He never really gets stuck. He will get stuck sometimes, but he always frees himself. No, sometimes he's out in the middle of the lake. Sometimes he is by the shore.
Oh, Moses.
Yep. Yeah. The boat.
It's the old man of the lake. It's a 40-foot stump just sort of hanging out. So, as you can tell from my ruddy complexion, that hike was no joke. It was only a mile down, a mile back. But, me, it was a mile, 700 feet down, mile down, 700 feet steep back up. And there are some old farts out there that, well, might have a stroke or cardiac event before they get back up. But anyway, did it. And $44 for a boat ride with a tour guide around the whole lake is totally worth it. Do it. Okay, signing out from Crater Lake. I'm just going to drive around the east side, go get the moho, and start heading for Mount Hood.